What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Now, if you've seen my review that I did recently, I did Cheng's. I did their impact wrench, which is actually quite surprising. I was actually quite surprised with the overall quality of that tool, as well as some of the accessories it came with. So if you checked out this brand before, they actually have quite an interesting history. They're actually a rather larger power tool brand in Asia, and they've got over 5,000 employees, and they're kind of starting to come over here in the United States a little bit. So they're not just your, ordinary Amazon tool brand. So let's check this out. This is Dongcheng's 40 volt, and I don't know if I can say this, fuel blower. I didn't know if Milwaukee has that fuel name trademarked or anything, but they're using it too. 40 volt fuel brushless leaf blower. So let's get this thing popped open and see what it looks like. Hey, today's video is sponsored by Fast Coupons 01. Now, they do coupons exclusively for Lowe's and Home Depot. They have coupons for in-store use and for online use, so make sure you buy the right coupon for what you need. I've actually got a chance to use a coupon myself, and it does actually work fantastic. So guys, check them out in the link below, and let's get into today's video. All right, we got this thing out of the box now, so pretty easy to put together. It's got just the usual, little snap thing here. This thing just slides right on. First impressions, this thing looks like a ego blower actually here, so kind of interesting with the design here. Back end a little bit, it kind of reminds me of like a Makita blower. Got a really nice overmold. They do a really good job with that. We have basically a turbo mode, so think of like the flex stuff, and then I've got a 1 through 6 here, just like the Makitas with that as well. So I don't know if that is it looks like I got a battery indicator here. That's pretty cool. So both batteries are the 4 amp hour batteries, just like that impact wrench that I had. Came about half charged out of the box. I'll be charging those up before I start any testing here. But let's slide these batteries in. Just want to see this thing turn on. So there's no trigger under here. Well, it's kind of a long wind down time there for that motor. Basically, you just spin this little dial here, and that's how you start it. And there's a little turbo mode here as well. I think if I click these buttons, yeah, check that out. If I click these buttons, it tells me which each battery is at right now, which is pretty cool. So if I hit A, it shows me I'm at half. If I hit B, I'm at half as well too. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually definitely a better way to do it than, like, say Makita's doing it, where you just kind of hit it and it gives you 3 out of 4 bars on here, but the Makita batteries have 4 bars, so kind of weird that they're doing that. This is actually honestly a better, it's a little more expensive to make it this way, but I kind of like that design a little bit better. We do have a couple other additional options for attachments here. We can have a little bit of a downward nozzle here. I've also got a more spread nozzle. I never use these nozzles. I just use the regular nozzles that always come with these blowers, so that's probably what I would use myself. Like I mentioned before, we've got a dual charger. That's actually pretty cool. A lot of brands don't do that. Most of the bigger brands will, but smaller brands or brands that are more uncommon, you don't really see that too much. So I'm gonna get these batteries charged up. Let's take this thing outside for some testing. All right, got those batteries charged up. Let's give this thing a shot here. All you gotta do, there is no trigger. You just kind of turn the dial and go from there. All right, guys, so we tested this thing out. It actually works pretty well. It's a pretty solid blower from checking it out. I don't really have any complaints about it, which is pretty cool. Other than that, it's a little loud, I guess, is the one weird thing. Maybe it's a little bit lower quality motor than I'm used to in other blowers, but I think it's pretty fantastic. Maybe for the price point at this thing, I'll leave a link in the description below. I know these pricing changes on here all the time on Amazon, whether some deals are not happening right now. So I think it's actually a pretty solid deal from Cheng. So this brand is actually quite impressing me actually here recently. A lot of their stuff is surprisingly decent quality at a decent price. I would say it's right around maybe that rigid level of quality, maybe a little, maybe above Craftsman, above Ryobi, in between those, rigid and Craftsman Ryobi levels. So kind of lower mid-range, upper kind of budget range there is why I put these tools at myself. I think it's a fantastic tool, honestly. It's kind of funny they use the word fuel in there, like Milwaukee's using, which is kind of interesting. But how often do you see a dual battery blower from smaller brands? I mean, Milwaukee just came out with theirs, I think, last year, and Makita's had one out for a while. DeWalt has never put one out yet, so pretty cool to see this. Definitely get more runtime, more power out of this thing, and I'm quite impressed with this brand, guys. Let me comment below what you think about this brand, or if you've used their tools in the past. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care.